Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yogam. We have seen in the last class up to the seventh shloka. Once again, we will read the seventh shloka. Asmakam tu visishtaye tanibodhadvijottamam Nayaka mama sainyasya sangnardam tan bravimite. The first chapter starts with the inquiry, the question asked by Dhritarashtra. The reason for asking the question is very disturbed. The Dhritarashtra got disturbed because of the fall of the Bhishmacharya on the 10th day. So he is asking what happened exactly on the battlefield. What happened means every day up to the 10 days, Sanjay are telling who are all fought with whom, who died and everything. But now this question is asked by Dhritarashtra on 10th day when Bhishma fallen. We have seen the background story. So that's why this question is how come this happened? So when he asked like that, Sanjaya started explaining on the first day of the war. Why is going to the first day of the war? Why Sanjaya didn't inform about the conversation between the Krishna and Arjuna on the first day? Because maybe the Dhritarashtra is not interested to listen about it. Another thing, the war has not yet started. Just like our cricket running commentary, no? Before the real match starts, the play, the commentators will keep on telling about the last year's game or the some data about the particular player and all that. Same way, so this is just happened before the war starts, and Dhritarashtra maybe that morning the war goes from morning to evening and he may be not ready yet to listen. So, whenever Dhritarashtra is ready, okay, Sanjaya, tell me now. Then only the Sanjaya conveys, not it is a non-stop running commentary. And sometimes Dhritarashtra may sleep off, particularly on that first day, that night before the previous night, maybe he has not slept well or morning. So war is not yet started. So each and everything Dhritarashtra may not be ready to see listen, but Sanjaya is recording, seeing everything. So this may be the reason. Anyhow, now Dhritarashtra asked Sanjaya, started giving the answer. What happened, O Raja? On the first day, your son Duryodhana, considering himself as the king, Raja, and unnecessarily, without calling by Dronacharya, he went near to the Dronacharya and started speaking like this. And in that talk, when he is explaining, talking to the Guru, Dronacharya, first of all, he started committing the mistakes one after another. One is considering himself as the Raja, and Guru didn't call, but he went, and he didn't do the namaskara, he didn't show the respect, and then he started explaining all that. See, oh teacher, the army who are all standing that side, and he is complaining that your own disciple only, um, now the commander in chief that side, Drishtadyumna, and all that he is telling. And in the seventh shloka, okay, he saw Dronacharya not interested to listen all these things, and maybe he's not attentively listening, or Duryodhana may start that maybe I am unnecessarily telling only about the Pandavas. Let me tell me about the tell him about the our side, the army uh, people also. Then in the seventh shloka, he is telling, for your information, sir, I want to tell you who are all standing on our side also. And in that, he mentions that hey, Dvijottama, this Dvijottama word is a good word only, but not for the sake of respecting the Dronacharya. He didn't say that. In that, he is having the feeling and doubt about you are born Brahmin only. There is a one shloka actually. What it says, Janmana jayate Shudraha samskarad dvija uchyate Veda patanat bhavet vipraha Brahma janati brahmanaha. See, by birth everybody is Shudra only. But when the thread ceremony takes place, the person will become a Dvija. So you had a you are a Brahmana only because you are a Dvija, and you are the good Brahma, good Dvija. But here, if you see the meaning, if you are really a Brahmana and self-realized Brahmagnani, you never involve in this teaching of the warfare, and not only that, you are now participating and taking hands arms in your hands, and you are on our side. But I have my own doubt that how far you can maintain this inspiration and all that. And other reasons also, you are the you love most the Arjuna, hmm, your beloved disciple. So that's why he's criticizing that. But somehow you have chosen to participate in the war. So, like that, Dvijottama. Otherwise, if it is a Brahmana or Vipra or Brahmana, so this is the Subhashtam tells about the who is real Brahmana. Brahmajanati iti Brahmanaha. Okay, after telling in the seventh shloka like that, now further he continues to do his mistakes and telling Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Krupascha Samitinjayah Ashwathama Vikarnascha Saumadattis Tathaivacha. He just told that I will tell you who are all on our side, the great people standing for the war. First of all, you, sir, Bhavan, and then Bhishma. Here, mistake again. Actually, he should mention the Bhishma first because Bhishma is the eldest. Eldest. Okay, it is not a big mistake, but it is a mistake. Maybe he thought of that Guru is standing in front and I am talking to person to Acharya Guru. So let me mention about him. But even though he has to mention first about the Bhishma and then you, like that, but he didn't say. Then other two, three names which he mentioned here, Karna, Krupacharya, and Samitinjaya, Ashwadhama, Vikarna, Saumadatta. Altogether, including Dronacharya, some seven names. In this, four of them are uh, relate, relatives to the this Dronacharya. One is his brother-in-law, Krupacharya, and his son Ashwadhama. and he himself. So, like this, three, four of them are closely relatives. And of course, in between, by telling like that, uh, all of you are standing and you are maybe having again soft corner about your son and hmm, your brother-in-law, all that. Then he mentions about the Karna in between. Actually, Karna is a great warrior only, but what is the use? There is a problem. You know what it is? If Karna is in the battlefield, then Bhishmacharya said, I am not going to do the war. That's why Karna, first 10 days, he just simply kept quiet in the tent. And Bhishmacharya, when 10th day fallen, then only Karna came into the war field. See, again, ego problem. I don't know, maybe in Bharata, what is the reason behind it. But this is the fact that Bhishmacharya clearly said that I am not going to fight the war if the Karna is in the battlefield. Maybe the reason is the son of a charioteer, is a Sudaputra. He may be considered like that. Anyhow, so Duryodhana mentioned these 4 5 names. That's all. He didn't tell many, but when he is mentioning about the Pandava side, he told many names. Maybe here he forgotten because of the tension or worry. And then he started telling, Anye cha bahava shuraha madardhe tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. And there are so many other many great warriors, and all of them are very very proficient and efficient in the in the warfare, and they are all gathered here with so many different weapons, nana shastra praharanaha. And another mistake in this shloka is telling that they are all here for my sake, they are ready to sacrifice their lives. See, mother the, how much ego? Actually, all of them are Pandava, who are all on the Kaurava side, they are all because of the Bhishmacharya, not because of this foolish Duryodhana. But he considered himself that they are all came to help us uh, on our side for my sake. At least he can say that for our sake, for our kingdom, for our welfare. No, Mother The. So he considered himself as the great hero. So a very, very big blender telling like that, Mother The. It shows clearly how much he is arrogant and the egoistic person. Then, not only that, further in 10th shloka, अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्. Again, another doubt is mentioning and telling unnecessarily. The army on our side, which is protected by the Bhishmacharya, because first day onwards, the Bhishmacharya is the commander in chief on Kaurava side. But it looks like our army is not sufficient. Not look it looks it is not looking enough. Aparyapta means not enough, insufficient. It's not sufficient or aparyaptam. But other side, the army which is protected by Bhima. I don't know why he is mentioning the Bhima's name, because Bhima is a very terrible, very powerful person. And instead of telling the commander in chief of the first day, Drushtadhyumna, he is mentioning Bhima Bhirakshitam Balam Etesham. Looks like Paryaptam. It's very big and enough. That means, calculation wise, even though our army is so big, but it is not looking like that. But calculation wise, their army is very small, but they are looking so big and strong. So, like this, he is simply blabbering. This word paryaptam has two meanings. One is, you can say, sufficient, and it is measurable otherwise. Okay, in any way, it is enough. It is measurable means what? But that side, paryaptam, our side is not paryaptam, it is aparyaptam. Okay. Anyway, it is wrong only mentioning that. Who asked you? Everybody knows that how many are that side and how many are this side. But he is simply telling, and by all these words, Dronacharya is going to lose the interest and the inspiration. Further in 11th shloka, अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. And moreover, I tell you, all of you means who are all standing at the side of the Dronacharya and who are all listening, is able to hear the words of the Duryodhana. And all of you be in your own positions in the army field, given your positions. But at the same time, all of you please protect the Bhishmacharya. Bhishma mevabhi eva. You all must have an eye on the Bhishma. What is this? Bhishmacharya, how powerful he is. He don't want anybody's help or the support. He's such a lion-like, the strongest warrior, Bhishmacharya, but you all protect him. So he's creating unnecessary doubt and the telling, expressing the lower opinion about the Bhishmacharya. The reason maybe Bhishmacharya is many times very much favorable towards the Pandavas. Some incidents are there. And not only that, he is having a very good opinion about the Arjuna. He loves Arjuna so much, and all other Pandavas also. Maybe this person, Bhishma, anytime will run away and join in the Pandavas army and shoot the arrows against on us. So please take care. Have one eye on him. Like that. Otherwise, what is the need to protect the Bhishma? Anyone can protect the Bhishma. Bhishma himself actually told the secret that when I can put the arms down or I can surrender and I will become weak. That clue, the loophole he already told to Dharmaraja. If he is not very much concerned or the loving the Pandavas and the Dharmaraja, why Bhishmacharya has to tell that secret? He told what? Dharmaraja asked directly, I think, how to conquer you, my dear grandfather? No way. Then Bhishma also thought of that in this war field, let me conclude my life, enough of it. So he wants to conclude his life. That's why he told that if the Shikhandi comes in front of me, I won't shoot the arrows or I won't do the war. Shikhandi. Shikhandi is a half man and half woman. That story is different. So Arjuna kept the Shikhandi in front and shooting the arrows from the behind. So by seeing the to facing the Shikhandi itself is the problem for the Bhishma. See, even though a great person, there are so many again egoistic problems and the drawbacks are there with Karna also. And that's why that day when Shikhandi came in front of him, and then Bhishmacharya lost. He fallen down. So Bhishma Bibhavi Rakshantu Sarva Evahi, all of you. Then in the 12th shloka, Yasya Sanjanayan Harsham Kuruvruddha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyoschaihi Shankhan Dadmau Pratapavan. Now, by seeing all this rubbish and the blabbering of the Duryodhana, Bhishmacharya is also standing nearby only. Better to make this fellow shut up, otherwise he will keep on talk like this, and everybody will lose the interest. He's unnecessarily poking the nose and talk to the Dronacharya like this. So let me change the climate. At least whatever the damage happened because of his words, somewhat can recover. Then immediately Pitamaha Kuruvruddha Pratapavan. That means the Bhishmacharya, who is the commander-in-chief of the Kauravas, very great warrior, the great grandfather, blew his conch and roared like a simhanadam vinadyochaihi. So he just having sounded loudly Shankham, the conch, and he given the starting signal for the war. That means basically Kauravas are only uh, started the war. For all the historical account purpose, if you see, uh, Kauravas are only encroaching. I mean, they declared the war. They are the aggressive. And the Pandavas are defending themselves and then retaliating to protect them, like that. So, who were provoked first? The borders also, if you see with our soldiers and the other Pakistan, China, they first provoke and do the fire. But later on in the paper and the press conference, they say, no, India did first. So once if they provoke and started firing, then we have to retaliate for it. So like that, the Bhishmacharya given the first call for starting the war, declared the war on the Pandavas. Then after that, what happened? Tata Shankascha Bhairyascha Panavanaka Gomukhaha Sahasaivaabhyahanyanta Sashabdastu Bhavat. Then all others are also started blowing their conches, shankas, and different instruments, big drums and small drums, and then all the horns and high pitch sounds. So all the sounds started increasing. All these sounds together made the entire atmosphere so vibrant, so um, uh, blade for oath. It becomes so big and louder, and uh, shabdaha tumulaha. Okay? It become very tremendous, big sound. Then afterwards, what happened in this situation? In this background of this war started, call given by Bhishmacharya, Kauravas. Now the entry of the Bhagavan Shri Krishna and the Arjuna. It's a very beautiful description Sanjaya giving. ततस्वेतैर्हरैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतुः. Then on a beautiful, the glorious chariot, which is pulled by the white horses, the Madhavaha, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and the Pandava, the Arjuna, are also played their conches, entered. So they played their conches because all are, even though commander in chief is the Drishtadyumna, but they are all surrendered to the Lord Krishna. So they are waiting for his call actually. So then only after Bhishmacharya's playing the conch, then only Krishna and Arjuna so appeared onto the screen in the war field. A very beautiful description. And about this, there is one anecdote told by great Mahatmas. Once upon a time, there was a great devotee of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He used to read the Bhagavad Gita every day. He sits in one temple near the one pillow corner and reads the Bhagavad Gita. So he starts from the first chapter, and whenever he comes to this 14th shloka, he just stop and shed the tears from his eyes, and sometimes he loudly also cry. And the pujari in the temple watching this every day, it went on for 1 month, 2 months like that. One day the pujari came and uh, he became so irritant and what man, what you are doing here? You come with Bhagavad Gita to start reading, but you don't know first of all how to read correctly the Sanskrit. Okay, at least whether you continue further other shlokas and other chapters, you won't do that also. Every day you are saying, when you come to this part of the 14th shloka, you simply cry and make noise and disturb everybody here. Then that Mahatma, the great devotee, said, Sir, what to do? When I read this shloka, Tata Shvetaihi Harair Mahati Sandane Sitau Madhava Pandava, then immediately my mind becomes still and I am seeing, I forget myself, I forget the world and I forget what is next. Because what is there next after seeing the God? When the mind is absorbed in the God, the beautiful attire of the appearance of the Lord Sri Krishna as a charioteer, Pardhasarathi, and I immersed in that meditation. So he goes to Bhava Samadhi, and then that's why I am not able to continue further, sir. Please forgive me. This is called Bhava Samadhi. Our Ramakrishna Paramahamsa very occasionally go to Bhava Samadhi like this. That means whenever whatever they see, they need not to close the eyes and sit for meditation. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he is crossing the Ganges, by seeing the flow of the Ganges, immediately go to the Bhava Samadhi. Or if he sees the sky, he go to the Bhava Samadhi. If he sees the moon or the stars or the birds flying in the any of this prakriti, they feel that everything is the appearance of the Kali Mata. So that is the pure devotion and the higher devotion, Bhava Samadhi. So like that, about this Bhagavan's appearance in the war field, everybody is actually eager to see him all the time. Then, what are the conches played by Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Pandavas? Here, Sanjaya giving the list of those every conch name. But for Kauravas, he didn't mention. Even what is the name of the Bhishmacharya's conch, he didn't mention. Here, Panchajanyam Hrushikeshaha Devadattam Dhananjayah Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vrukodaraha. Here, Bhagavan first, Lord Shri Krishna, Bhagavan name he mentions here, Rishikeshaha Panchajanyam. So the conch played by Bhagavan Shri Krishna is Panchajanyam. It is made up of, it is a Rakshasa who is called Panchajana, and that story is different. Then he prayed to the Lord, I want to be as your servant. Huh? So Bhagavan given the place, made him, he turned into as the Panchabhutas, like that Panchajanyam, which is born out of the Panchabhutas. That means the Panchajanana Rakshasas, the whole body, Panchabhutas together turn into as this beautiful conch, Panchajanyam. And Bhagavan's name here, Rishikeshaha, Rishikayam Ishaha Rishikeshaha. Rishikaha means the sense organs. So the Lord of the sense organs, the Lord of the sense organs for everybody. That means Ishvara, the total controller functioning behind all the sense organs in this world is called Rishikeshaha. Or one way it is called the Brahman, the Atma. Because of the Atma, there is the Buddhi. Because of the Buddhi, there is the mind. Because of the mind, the senses functioning. So Rishikeshaha, and the conch played by Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is another name to Arjuna, who conquered so much, brought so much wealth to Dharmaraja at the time of Rajasuya Yaga, Dhananjaya. Many other ways also, he got the weapons from different gods. He did the tapas and got the Pashupatastra from the uh, Lord Shiva. So Deva Dattam. So given by the gods. Particularly, this conch is the given by his father. Father means Arjuna is the Amsha of the Indra. So Indra's Amsha, Arjuna. So he got from the Lord Indra himself. And our Bhima, who is a trademark for the terrible actions, Bhima Karma, Bhima. Whatever he do, that will be, everything is a big, and if he eats so much. If he wants to throw anything on the other enemy, not he won't take a small branch of that tree. He will pull the whole tree, shake and pull it out and throw on the same way, big stone. All Bhima karmas, terrible actions. So, and naturally, his Shankam also should be very powerful. The name of the Shanka itself is Poundram, Poundram, Dadmau. So, like this, different conches played by different of this Rishikesha, Dhananjaya, Bhima, and Bhima has got another title also, Vrukodaraha. Vrukodaraha means who is having a belly, stomach like the jackal or wolf, Vrukaha. Because the jackal has got a very small stomach, shrunken stomach, but it will eat so much. It will eat so much, like that Vrukodaraha. And so Bhima also eats a lot. Then other people's conscious also, details given. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthirah Nakula Sahadevascha Sughoshamani Pushpakam. The conch played by the Dharmaputra, Kunti Putra Yudhishthira, is Ananta Vijayam, endless victory, Ananta Vijayam. And Nakula and Sahadeva, the last two of them, the conches are Sughosha and Manipushpaka. Sughosha, very beautiful tune. Or Manipushpaka, and Manipushpaka means the conch which is studded with the gems, flowers like gems, gems like flowers. So like this, detailedly Sanjaya giving the different conscious names and who are all played them. Then others simply he gives the names list again. Kashyascha Parameshwasaha Shikhandi cha Maharathah Drushtadhyumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitah Drupado Draupade Ascha सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दद्मुः पृथक् पृथक्. Each one separately played their conches. So he is giving the list. Kashi Raja, who is a very great warrior, and Shikandi, who is a great warrior, again Maharadaha, Atiradaha. So there are gradations in that. Here Parameshwasaha, that means in archery, again this Kashi Raja is very good, powerful. And Drishtadyumnaha, the commander in chief on that first day, this side. And Virata Raja, Virata, and Satyaki. Satyaki is the actually Bhagavan Sri Krishna's personal charioteer. Okay, but here Bhagavan doesn't have any separate chariot, so he don't want any the driver also. So he is taking part in the war Satyaki separately. Then Drupada, uh, Draupadi's father, then Draupadi's children, Upapandavas, then Subhadra's son, Arjuna's son, that Abhimanyu, who is a very great warrior, also very young, but he is the youngest in the war field, I think. And Prithvi Pate, O Raja, Dhritarashtra, listen. These are all the people blowed their conscience in the war field. Then afterwards, what happened? You know, Saghoshodhatra Rashtraṇam Hrudayani Vedarayat Nabhascha Prudivim Chaiva Tumulo Vyanunadayan. That sound produced by the conscience of the Pandavas and his their nearer, dearer, all that, you know what it made? It created a terrible fear. It actually pierced the hearts of your children. So Sanjay is not hesitating to say that Dhartra Rashtranam. Dhartra Rashtrahana Dhritarashtra's Putras. Okay, you asked, no, what Mamakaha Pandavaha Kim Kurvata, Kim Akurvata. My children, you know, this happened. Your children are now afraid and got frightened by listening to how much frightening. Their hearts are almost broken. Hrudayani Vedarayan. Okay, so it is pierced into their not only ears up to the heart. That means they got frightened. It made them shiver. And not only that, that sound created a very much vibration, revibrated in between the Nabhascha and Purudhivi, Nabhana sky. So in between the space between the sky and the earth, the entire place is revibrated with that sound, and that created so much fear in your children. Dhritarashtrana. Why Sanjay is very vehemently telling this without any hesitation? At least, O Raja Dhritarashtra, now understand. Do you think that these Kauravas and your children are going to win the war? If this is the case on the first day, just by listening to the sounds of the Pandavas' conches, they got frightened. Then what to say coming forthcoming days? So at least now you may change the mind. Sanjay didn't ask directly. That is the reason he wants to tell exactly what happened there. So, but Dhritarashtra is a person that he's not ready to change. He's got ability to, but he never ready to change. So that's why in the life, to take up any good decision and walk in the path of the spirituality, the dharma, the quality is you must have first of all readiness to change and then ability to change. Both are required. Both are required. Now here after 19th shloka, then what happened? Athau vyavasthitan drishtva धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः. After that, Atha, then by seeing the army were all standing in that Kaurava side, Vyavasthitan Dhatra Rashtran, the Kauravas and their near and dear, all of them, seeing by the Kapidhvajaha is another name to Arjuna. So Arjuna, by seeing all of them, and he also took his Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamya. He equipped himself and took his Gandivam in his hand. And when he saw the children of this Dhartarashtra, Kauravas, and that Kapidhvajaha, there is a good point in this word, Kapidhvajaha, on whose chariot, every chariot will have flag. Particularly the group wise may have or some individuals. On the Arjuna's chariot, which is ridden by the Sri Krishna, in that flag, Hanumanji's symbol is there, emblem. But it is not the Hanumanji's emblem. Literally, Hanumanji is sitting in that in an invisible form. That's why Kapidhvajaha. Kapi means monkey. So on which chariot, on which flag, the Hanumanji's emblem figure is there, that Kapidhvajaha. So that become an adjective noun to the Arjuna. Then Arjuna took his Gandivam and he got ready. And then what happened? ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते. 21st shloka, we will split one line, then Arjuna uvacha. This first shloka, first line itself tells that Rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. O Raja Dhritarashtra, then that Pandava Arjuna spoke like this, told like this to the Rishikesham, Lord Krishna, this particular statement, words, Idamaha, in this way, he spoke to him. What? Arjuna uvacha senayorubhayor madhye radham stapaya mechyuta. O Achyuta, Arjuna mentioning the Krishna, calling him in a different names. Achyuta. Achyuta means who doesn't have any downfall, who never disappear or decrease or diminish. Chuti means falling or degradation, and who doesn't have that is called Achyuta. Actually, this Achyuta, a beautiful word which comes in the Vishnu Sahasranama of the Lord Vishnu's. Achyuta means, according to Vedanta, is Brahman. Brahman doesn't have any kind of modification. Achyuta. Hey Achyuta, you please take my chariot and place in between the two armies. This is a very big turning point. If Arjuna is not uttered this word, and Bhagavad Gita may not be taken place, teaching of Bhagavad Gita. So, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye, between the two armies, little take in the middle and place the chariot. He didn't say in between the two armies only, but Lord knows where to take this chariot and place And even Lord knows that Lord only made the Arjuna to ask like this, because Arjuna also having a problem of mamata. Now we have seen the Dhritarashtra Tamasika Mamakara, and Duryodhana we saw Rajasika Mamata, and now we are going to see the Satvika Mamata, uh, good attachment, mind, Mamata, Mamakara, Satvika Mamata. Any of these three gunas and three types of Mamata is a danger. It will make the person miserable. So, Gunatita you should become. That is what Bhagavan is going to teach in the 13th chapter. So, here the Sattvika Guna, Dharmic person, good person, uh, and inclined to establish the Dharma, such a disciplined, good Dharmic person, Arjuna, is having a Sattvika Guna. But in the Sattvika, that Mamata also made him to become miserable. Now he's going to become miserable within few minutes. So Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Sthapaya me Radham Sthapaya Achyuta. Take my chariot and place in between the two armies. For what? Why? Now the call has given for the war. Now war has to start. But I think there is a choice. They can choose with whom I have to fight. So they choose and go and be in front of them. Some rules are there in the war, but sometimes they won't follow that rules. If the both of them followed the dharma and the rules of the war, well and good. But one person is not following the dharma. If following the adharma in the war, then other person also should follow the adharma and destroy the adharma. That is the way we see some of the incidents in the Mahabharata war. So here, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. For what purpose? So Bhagavan Krishna didn't say, why Arjuna? Now why you are asking? Hmm? Why? Why you want to see? What you want to see? Then in the 22nd shloka, Arjuna himself telling that Yavadetan niriksheham yodhukamanavasthitan kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin ranasamudyame. Who are all standing there in the opposite side of the enemies, the Kauravas. Yavad etan. I want to see all of them. Nirikshe. Aham nirikshe. Who are all yodhukaman avastitan, who are eagerly waiting and ready to fight the war. Okay? Yodhukaman. And with whom? Kairmaya saha yodhavyam. Asmin Ranasamudyame, in this war, whom I have to choose, with whom I have to fight. Because somebody who is equal to me only, I have to fight. Otherwise, for a great warrior, it is insult. Like, if the tiger goes and fights with the cat, how it looks. So, I must see the equal. Kairmaya, with whom? To my equals, who are challenging me and standing. I want to see them, all of them. Like that, Arjuna tells to Bhagavan Krishna, please take the chariot. Then Bhagavan silently, because he is just a chariot driver, he don't want to advise now. Because Bhagavan wantedly create this situation and change and teach and change the Arjuna, and Bhagavan wants to take this opportunity to teach Bhagavad Gita, the glorious Vedant Upanishads, the Saram, the essence. Then 23rd shloka, Yotsya mana naveksheham य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः. Now here the mistakes in Arjuna's words, which shows this Tama Sattvika Mamata and little bit arrogance. About his own prowess, Arjuna has got arrogance. Of course, he is a great person, but still, if you have the arrogance because of your power and talents, then again that arrogance will destroy you, will disturb you, will make you distress. When it do, we don't know. That occasions will come. So we are analyzing now the third character, Arjuna and Satvika Mamata. Now what he is telling in this shloka, Yotsemanam avakshe Yotsemanan avekshe aham ya ete atra samagataha. Already said, but again, so I want to see who are all gathered and standing against us to fight the war and eagerly interested to participate in this war, and particularly were all joined in that Kaurava side. Dhartarashtrasya, the children of the Dhritarashtra, who are all Durbuddhehe. This is the word, Durbuddhehe. Even though they are Durbuddhis, bad children, bad people, but you need not to mention and tell now. And so he himself considering that I am so good. Okay, that's why even we have all the good qualities or the abilities, but this word indicates that who are all that bad people, rogues, rowdies, durbuddhehe, and interested in priya chikirshavah yuddhe. They are very eagerly wishing to. Now here this particular durbuddhehe dhatarashtrasya means who are all joined on the Kaurava side. Many rajas are joined. No, that's why their army is so big. 7 and 11 Akshaunis. So, who are all joined on with the wicked people who is not having a good mind, durbuddhi, the bad-minded people, joined to help the Kauravas on the Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priyachikirshava. Okay, the evil-minded people. I want to see all of them. And like that, Arjuna challenging like and used a one harsh word, durbuddhehe. If we say like that, that side there are. So Bhagavan listening his words, and Bhagavan knows that what is going to happen, what is there in Arjuna's mind. But right now he is very powerful only, a very courageous and active, and is very much arrogant about his valor. That he is showing in this shloka. Then Sanjaya Uvacha. Then what happened? Eva muk eva mukye eva muktva ऋषिकेशः गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्. एवम् उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशः गुडाकेशेन भारत. Oh, Bharata here is addressed to the Dhritarashtra. Oh Raja, Bharata Vamsham, who belong to Bharata Vamsha, Bharata Desha. Hey Bharata, by telling by the Arjuna like this to the Rishikesha Lord Krishna. And here again Sanjaya using the word to Arjuna a different name, Gudakeshena Eva Mukta Rushikesha. So Gudakesha means who conquered the sleep is called Gudaka Ishaha Gudakesha. Who conquered the sleep, who conquered the Tamo Guna. See, Arjuna can fight the war without sleeping for many days. In the childhood itself, he practiced all like that. Shabdavedi, in the darkness, even though Dronacharya teaches only for some time, but he will keep on practice. So Gudakeshena, who conquered the sleep, that means Tamo Guna. We can take in that way. So after Gudakeshena Uktam Evam Rushikesha. Then what Krishna did? Senayorubhayar madhye sthapayitva radhotvam. Immediately, yes sir. Immediately Krishna followed the command of the Arjuna and took the chariot and placed in between the two armies. In between the two armies. But in between the two armies means anywhere he can place, because it's so big army. And Arjuna didn't ask that you particularly you take to see that people or this people. But Krishna knows that if I keep the chariot in front of whom, Arjuna's real nature, his inner emotional status, everything will come out. He asked, no, I want to see who are all dare to fight with me. Then Bhagavan Krishna, where he kept Sanjaya Buvacha. Sanjaya says now, of course, this previous shloka also Sanjaya only said, Bhishmadrona Pramukataha Sarvesham Cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kurunite. Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna took the chariot and placed where? Bhishma Drona Pramukhataha, where Bhishmacharya, the great grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, guru, and many other Pramukhas, important people, and took and kept in front of them there, Sarvesham Cha Mahikshidam. And see now Uvacha Partha, to see all the great warriors with whom he has to fight, and rulers of many rajas came, no? Mainly in front of the Bhishma and Drona. Bhagavan wantedly took the chariot there. And then he said to Uvacha Partha, he told to Arjuna, you asked, no, I want to see who are all standing, dare to fight with me. Let me see once. All Durbuddhis. You spoke like that, no? Yes, sir. I brought the chariot here. Okay. Pashya etan. See with whom you have to fight. Etan. Kuruniti. All this Kuruvamsha, the elders and the great warriors. Samavetan Kurun. Kurun, Bhagavan using the, good word, all are Kuruvamsham only. But in your, that means your own family, your own cousin brothers, and your own grandfather, your own teacher, all are there that side. You said you want to see. Now see, Pashya, look. Then what happened? So after seeing this, Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya and many more list will come. Arjuna itself will tell that. Now what happened? This is the one turning point. Such a great hero, Arjuna, now within few seconds is going to become a zero. he loses his real identity. The identity crisis starts here in Arjuna, and then what problem he faces, how he expressed in that uh, shoka, moha, and bhaya, the delusion, the grief, and the fear crop up in him. So that we'll see in the next class. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत